At all.
Good
They
morning.
can't talk.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's John Hurley. I'm your judge this afternoon. You're in first appearance court. Today is the day the court determines whether or not there's probable cause for your arrest. We're not here for a trial, not here to determine whether you're guilty or not guilty. You do not need to tell us what happened. You don't need to defend yourself, explain yourself, make any excuses, any statements. That's not for today. Those things are for your attorney in a private meeting. Understand that you have the constitutional right to remain silent, but if you give up that right today, whatever you say can and will be used against you. Also, if you have a private attorney, when you called up, let me know who that is. We'll contact your attorney and let them know that you're in court today. Now, ma'am, which case are you here on? Last name?
Soto, S-O-T-O.
May I see David Soto, please?
On the second docket.
Confi, Your Honor.
Nobody called?
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
No, they did.
Shut the light.
No, they did. You didn't hear it.
Soto.
I'm checking, Judge.
They write R or in all of them. You gotta...
Yeah, exactly.
No, I can tell you. Okay. So,
Yes, Your Honor. We have not yet filed information.
okay. So get to this real quick. Do you have the order on Soto? Ma'am, tell us your name.
Mylene Soto.
And how do you know this is Mr. Soto?
He's my son.
He's your son. Does he live
Yes.
at home with you now?
He will be from now on.
Okay, and then, just look here. Trafficking in heroin, possession of cocaine, possession of marijuana.
I've heard it all.
Charges. So, ma'am,
Yes.
you gonna have a barbecue tomorrow or over the weekend?
Over the weekend?
Yeah, 4th of July.
I work.
You do?
Yes.
What do you do for work?
I work for ICOR/T-Mobile. I'm a sales agent.
Well, he's gonna be able to come home this weekend, so.
Good
I'm
to
gonna let
hear.
him go.
Thank you.
15-708-9, CF10, Mr. David Soto will be released.
Oh, so it's okay.
By granted, he'll be released on his own recognizance. Mr. Soto, I'm releasing you from jail today, but that doesn't mean your case has gone away.
Wait, everything was
It just means you're being released from custody. If you receive notice in the mail to come back to court, you have to return to court, all right, sir?
Sir, I completely understand.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend, man.
Thank you very, very much. Was this for me?
Wonder. It's FaceTime.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's okay. I'm ignoring it anyway. I can't FaceTime them. Bye.
Judge Hurley, I'm sorry.
Is he FaceTiming
Yeah, but you called it an idiot?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Very sweet of you.
Okay, may I see Ahmad El Gourani? Mr. El Gourani,
He's been prior.
so you're charged with assault, domestic violence related. State, do you have any priors on?
No, Judge.
You can come on in, ma'am. Ma'am, do you want to come in?
Yes, I wanted to file a divorce.
Oh, this is criminal court.
This is apparently the place to do it.
That's okay, I think it's down.
Sorry.
Okay,
They
go
probably
ahead.
set her up here. This is probate, divorce, whatever you want.
Right, go ahead, state
No,
this.
no priors.
No criminal record, Mr. Miller, do you have anything you want to add? Was there any
Judge, the sum total allegation here is that he balled up his dick. That's it. No prior record, Judge. I've asked the court to release him on his own recognizance.
Right, instead she had to defend herself from his physical threat to punch her. She believed he actually would punch her. Okay. Married 1 year, they have a child together. Okay, child custody services was contacted. Sir, okay, so I'm going to set your bond today at $1,000. I'm going to order that you have no direct contact with Yema El Gourani. Do not call her, do not text her, do not email her. I will let you go through your family or her family to have contact with her regarding the household, regarding family matters, but do not contact her about this case. Do you understand that, sir? Is that
He nodded his head,
Okay,
yes.
well, okay. I like a
Okay.
positive response. Do you understand, sir?
You understand not to have contact with her. You can only go through a third
Good.
party. Have your mom
Okay.
call her or that sort of
I
thing.
understand. Now,
Okay.
sir, do you have to stay 500 feet from her at all times? And you that includes where she lives and works, goes to school, and you're not allowed to possess guns, weapons, firearms, or ammunition while you're on release. Thank you.
Okay, you understand? You have to bond out. It's $1,000.
All right. Larry McGee.
North Broward.
Mr. McGee, you're charged with a battery, domestic violence related, and this was allegedly got into an argument with your son, and allegedly playing a game of dominoes, and there was an argument. Allegedly, you punched your son in the head, fell to the ground,
What?
and continue to punch him. All right, go ahead, state.
Do you have
Are
anything?
there any priors on
Oh, I have
Mr. Larry McGee?
1984, out of date, he had an aggravated battery.
That's it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have contact with the, okay. Sir, are you currently employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
What type of work do you do, sir?
I'm a forklift operator at the Lauderdale Marine Center in Fort Lauderdale.
How long have you been there?
I've been there for 3 years, but I've been working all my life.
Do you have any money in the bank, sir?
Not much, Your Honor.
Okay, who's gonna bug you out today?
I don't know, but I'd like to make a statement if it's okay with you.
Oh, you know what? I don't want you to make a statement about what occurred or what didn't occur. I'll just give you a bond, and you can talk to an attorney about that, all right?
Would the court ROR? I know.
No, I'm gonna set your bond, sir, at $1,000. Order you have no contact with Tavis Lavoy Dixion. No contact with him. Stay 500 feet from him at all times. That's where he lives and works, goes to school. You're not allowed to possess any guns or weapons while you're out. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
He lives with me.
Well, you may have to find another place to stay for the time being until this matter's
Okay.
worked out, all right? Are we
Yes, sir.
expecting somebody to come in here from
Miscellaneous said yesterday that the city prosecutors are not here.
should contact the city of Fort Lauderdale,
I will, Judge.
see where they are?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. Okay, what about Jason Desmangeles?
Isn't it the main?
Your telephone wants you. Your telephone wants you. Use it.
Okay. Now, sir, you've been charged with violating an injunction. Quick finds probable cause. State, you
Yes.
been through here, I know. Is
Yes.
this regarding his mother?
It's
No, Harold.
it's his father. I don't think his brother also. He he was arrested last year for violating the no contact conditions from a pending battery case. The violation of pretrial release case was null prost. The domestic violence case with the 2 counts of battery against his father and brother were null prost. He was arrested for assault in 2012. That was dropped. Other than that, looks like it's been either traffic. Well, it's for the most part it's been traffic or marijuana charges.
Sir, let me ask you, Mr. Miller, do you have anything to add on this?
Judge, he's grew up down here. He's been in South Florida his entire life, living at the same address for the past 20 years. He works for a temp agency. Been doing that for about a year. Strong family ties, no money or real estate. Does have a place to stay separate from the alleged victim while the case is pending, and he intends to self-bond.
Sir, your bond's $1,000. I'm going to order you to stay 500 feet away from Harold Desmangeles. Where he lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess guns, weapons, firearms, or ammunition if you make bond. Thank you. Next,
Thank you, Judge.
Casey Johnson.
Main jail, Judge.
Johnson, domestic battery, sir. The court finds probable cause on Mr.
Judge,
Johnson.
if you may recall, this was a mutual combat situation. Both parties got arrested. We'd ask the court
fist
to...
across her mouth, bloody lip and mouth. Pulled her hair, dragged her out of the vehicle. I remember. State, do we have any criminal record on this defendant?
It'll take me a moment, Judge.
And what did I set the bond for the co-defendant? Do we remember? No. Did you have contact with her? There, crossways. Okay.
I think Sheree Morris also had a open case that she was out on pretrial. Patrice, do you have any notes?
Okay. Anything on this defendant, Mr. Miller?
Judge, lifetime resident of South Florida, has been at the same address for the past 6 years. He currently works at Bears. He's been there for 2 years. He has an 18-year-old child. Strong family ties, no money or real estate. Does have a place to stay separate from the alleged victim while the case is pending, and his sister-in-law will be bonding him out.
Sir, your bond's going to be $3,500 based on the facts of the case. Considering it was a cross arrest, I'm going to order no contact with Sheree Morris. Directly or indirectly, stay 500 feet from her at all times. You're not allowed to possess any guns or weapons while you're out on release. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, Kiefer, guess what I got?
Right. Is he over there? Okay.
Guess what I got?
Thank you.
Casey.
Okay.
Tell me.
Edward Leahy.
North Broward. North Broward.
Thank you.
Mr. Leahy.
Yes, sir.
You're here on count
Yes,
2, which is a battery. That is, court finds probable cause on a person 65 years of age or older, specifically 82 years of age. And what was count one on Mr. Leahy?
Count one was violating the injunction that his mother had gotten. You'd set a $10,000 bond plus pretrial release GPS.
Mr. Leahy, are you currently employed?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you own land or property here in South Florida?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Sir, it's alleged you pushed your mother, knocked her to the floor. She's 82 years old. Says you then held her head to the ground and punched her several times in the head and the face with your fist. Says that she's your mother, you live together, and all right. So I do look. It says you were under the influence of alcohol when this happened. The court knows, sir, that you do have a criminal record in 1998, aggravated fleeing and eluding, a disorderly, and DUI. So was there any contact with the mother? So the court today is going to set your bond at, his previous bond was
10,000 on count one.
Okay, sir, I'm going to set your bond today at $30,000. So your total bond today will be your total bond is $40,000. It's based on the level of violence, your criminal record, the unique situation your mother's in, being of advanced age like that, and frankly, the court's very worried about her safety. So you're not allowed to have any contact with your mother directly and indirectly. Thank you.
Med screen judge.
Domestic cases.
Yes.
So I'm going to keep it, but you may want to just take the victim's input on so you can call her and report what happened.
Ma'am, do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Creole, Creole to English, to the best of your ability?
I do, Vivian Saint-Ange.
Thank you. May I see Jacques Charles Pierre?
Present at the main judge.
She's on her way.
Okay. Mr. Jacques Charles, good morning, good afternoon, sir.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, these are very, very serious charges against you.
Monsieur Chaisio, qui si yo mette sou nom la yo vraiment sérieux.
Please do not comment about these charges.
S'il vous plaît, pas di rien de crime nan.
Please don't say anything about what did or did not occur.
Pas di rien de ça qui t'est passé ou bien ça qui pas passé.
Please don't tell me whether you did this crime or did not do this crime.
Pas dim si que ou te fait crime nan ou bien pas de fait crime nan.
You have the right to remain silent.
Parce que ou gen droit pour rester en silence.
You're not required to speak today about this matter.
Il n'est pas obligatoire pour parler de ça qui t'est passé.
But if you give up the right to remain silent,
Mais si que ou t'a quitté droit qu'on gagne pour être en silence,
whatever you say can and will be used against you.
que n'importe ça ou t'a ouvert bouche pour dire, yo ka utiliser le contre ou même.
Everything is being recorded.
Parce que tout ça ou dit, yo enregistré yo.
The best thing for you to do today
Meilleur bagay pour ta faire jodi a,
is listen to what I have to say
c'est juste écouter ça moi même m'a dit
and save all of your comments for your attorney in a private meeting.
et puis kembe tout commentaire qu'on t'a gagné pour dire pour les que on parler ensemble avec avocat dans chambre privée.
Do you understand what I've explained?
Est-ce que comprendre ça me ça d'expliquer là?
Yes.
Okay. You've been charged with 2 sexual assaults.
Yo chargé avec 2 crimes d'actes sexuels.
I have reviewed the police report.
M'réviser et rapport police là.
State.
Yes, Your
Seeking, count 1 and 2, are they both?
Yes, Your
They're
Honor.
both first-degree punishable by life felonies.
Yes, Judge.
And are you seeking to foreclose bond and release conditions?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Charles Pierre,
Monsieur Charles Pierre,
due to the serious nature of these charges,
le fait que charge ça yo très sérieux,
the prosecutor is seeking to have you held in jail,
procureur a mandé pour qu'a kembo en prison,
at least for the time being.
au moins pour le moment.
Stand by, sir.
Un petit moment.
There, could you just, could you please use discretion and
Of course.
describing what did or did not occur? Go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm just relying upon the probable cause affidavit that is attached.
Juge, m'just appuyer sou papier que yo raconté.
Your Honor, I believe that
Juge,
the
m'kwe que
allegations
accusation
rise to the level of proof evident or presumption great for several reasons.
montre assez preuve pour une bonne raison.
One, I would be relying upon the very specific and detailed information
Yon c'est gens que yo détaillé information
that the alleged victims are providing.
que victime nan te bay.
I would also allege that it appears this information is coming from two. Well, it's not. It's in there. Two separate victims, Your Honor.
Et c'est deux victimes séparément.
I would also be relying upon the discoveries that one of the victims, the mother, made regarding the child's attire.
Et yon nan parole yo c'est maman qui te parlé de ça yon nan victime yo te gen sou yo te mette.
When she checked on the child at night.
Les checker maman, les checker timoun nan souè de cabane.
And also before putting, checking up on her before waking her up for school.
Et le qu'il kon lever le matin pour checker pour lever pour l'école.
Anything else?
Your Honor, I mean everything else is contained in the report, and I know Your Honor has
Tout l'autre bagay yo nan rapport déjà, et déjà connaît juge la te li rapport.
Do you have any comment?
I do, Judge.
Go ahead, sir.
So, according to the probable cause affidavit.
Okay.
Are you going to?
Go ahead.
Okay. This allegation was made back in May of 2014 in Miami-Dade County.
C'est depuis dans mois mai te fait.
In that case, Miami-Dade did not pursue charges against.
Et ça, Miami-Dade pas continuer charge.
Okay. Now, the family apparently was in Miami-Dade County at this time or moved to Broward. But in any case, they brought him from Miami-Dade to Broward. Now, would a reasonable parent who believes that someone has been doing these things to her children bring that person from Miami-Dade County to their house in Broward County? After these allegations are made, would you bring the alleged attacker, for lack of a better word, to your house again? And the answer is obviously not. There's no way that this happens this way, okay? You've got this bizarre set of facts where she's saying it happened in Miami-Dade County back in May of 2014, and then she brings the same person back to her house again. It just doesn't make any sense, Judge. Okay, then we have the fact that at the treatment center, there's no signs of injury.
Et nous gagnons dans la clinique là, il n'y a pas montré aucun signe que Timon a blessé.
Mr. Charles Pierre categorically denies that this ever took place.
Et Monsieur Charles Pierre dit que il pas fait yon crime yo.
The specific details that the state's relying on could be coached.
Et détail que procureur a dit,
and the child could very well have pulled down her own clothes. So, Judge, based on what is presented here before the court today, there is no proof evident presumption grade that this man is guilty of these charges, and he's entitled to a bond.
Yes, sir.
Very brief, Your Honor. And I believe it's actually clear in the report. The allegations in Miami involve a different alleged victim, Your Honor. Clear in this report that the victim told the mother for the first time. And then it was reported to the Pembroke Pines Police Department.
The court has reviewed the probable cause affidavit.
Tribunal l'a révisé rapport.
There is proof evident presumption grade
Et
today.
nous n'a passé l'ordre que gagner assez preuves.
In the affidavit.
Avec ça qui dans papier.
And the court will order this defendant be held without bond.
Et le tribunal l'a demandé pour défendant rester dans prison sans bond.
Thank you very much. You're going to be held without bond, Mr. Charles Pierre.
Merci en pile. On va rester dans prison sans garantie, Monsieur Charles.
or no contact with either of the alleged
Et m'a
victims.
passé l'ordre pour pas qu'il y ait aucun contact avec tous les deux victimes.
AC and HC.
AC and HC. That's
AC avec HC.
Thank you.
Merci.
Do you want to see if we have any more speakers?
Bonsoir.
Gagne l'autre monde qui parle créole qui besoin d'interprète? I guess not.
Not at the main.
Okay, you want to go ahead and...
Told them it might be on the docket today. Here, let me check. Hold on.
Got it, okay. Missy Rodney Howard.
I'm going to get a call that permission. Well, if you want to run, go run and come back. That's okay. I know you won't be contact.
Have orders from you, sir. Orders.
Yes, Judge, I already gave them to the...
Mr. Rodney Howard, so you're charged with municipal ordinance, and that's alcoholic beverage, disorderly conduct. Now, I just want to say something. Number one is I know that Mr. Howard has no money. I know that he's homeless. And I also know that Mr. Howard continues to get arrested for being publicly drunk in the city of Fort Lauderdale, stealing beer out of Winn-Dixie. His former hangout was Winn-Dixie. He's moving around a little bit now. But in that whole corridor by 17th Street Causeway and Cordova Road, the last couple of years, Mr. Howard's been arrested numerous times there, drinking and just a lot of low-level things. And I've asked him to stay away from the place here yesterday. Mr. Howard seems to not have the ability to stop doing what he's doing. But that being said, I'm going to appoint Mr. F.J. McLawrence to represent him. And sir, Mr. Howard, I'm going to set your bond today at $1,000. How many times? When was the last time Mr. Howard was in? Just
one moment, Judge.
I mean, it's...
Judge, I understand, but as you know, Judge, as you said, he's homeless. He doesn't have any income, Judge. I think $1,000 is tantamount to no bond for Mr. Howard.
It may be tantamount to no bond, but it is based on several factors. He's been arrested numerous times in the last few years. It's usually the same type of behavior. And Mr. Howard...
Last time in was April 30th.
What was that for?
Felony petty theft. He was county sentenced. He got out June 27th.
Stealing beer or wine?
I don't really remember. I just know he got out June 27th. Before that.
Sir, your bond's $1,000. I'm going to appoint Mr. F.J. McLawrence to represent you. Thank you very much, Mr. Howard. How about Rodney? Okay. No, the wrong one. There you go. How about Ronald Palmer?
Palmer.
Hey, Mr. Palmer, sir, you're here for, it says, soliciting of the public right-of-way. Court finds probable cause. Walking in the median, soliciting drivers for money who are stopped in the left turn lane. And it says he departed and then staying in the CVS parking lot, then walked back to the median and began to panhandle again in the median. Stopping at the driver's side window for each vehicle stopped in the left turn closest lane to the median. He pointed at the drivers with his right index finger or made fist with both of his hands at the drivers who would not roll their windows down.
This is getting ridiculous.
He walked up to a Nissan occupied by a female driver. She did not acknowledge Palmer, so he placed his hand on each side of his hip and began thrusting his crotch area back and forth at the driver. It says, was arrested. He spontaneously said, "I'm trying to make a buck, man." And it says he was under the influence of alcohol, and this was around 10:48 in the morning. So, Steve, what about Mr. Palmer? Has he been in here before?
One moment.
Do you mind if I just ask his ties to the community?
No, Judge, I don't.
Let me ask you, Mr. Palmer, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
My whole life.
And you live in a halfway house now, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And Are you currently employed?
Not yet, but I'm going to be for C.D. Hogan Tree Company.
Do you have any money in the bank?
Amen.
No, I don't, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
He was picked up June 27th. Municipal ordinance, resisting without violence and soliciting, displaying on right of way. He was ROR'd, released on Sunday, June 28th. For that,
What's the case number? Is that still open?
I'd have to check. Yeah. What's that? I'm not. The judge can do it if he wants to.
Mr. Palmer, until we set your bond, I want you to know that it's not acceptable that you walk through traffic, around traffic, and approach vehicles for money in the city of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that. And you were warned this time. The police officer asked you to stop doing it, and it looks like you blew off the police officer and just kept doing it. And approaching women in cars.
I'm checking.
It's not acceptable, and it's against the law in Fort Lauderdale. So what we see is that just a few days ago on the weekend, he was arrested for doing the same thing, panhandling. So he was, I assume that he was warned at that stage. Then in this case, he was warned and he walked off to the CVS and he went it again. So that's, two prior warnings. It seems like he's not getting it.
You want the case number? Yeah. It's 156905 MO10A.
And is that open right now?
Yes.
Do you mind filling out a...
As a friend of the court, that's fine,
Go ahead. I'm going to set this gentleman's bond today at $1,000. I'm going to appoint Mr. F.J. McLawrence. Sir, your bond's set where it is. You just got arrested here last week for the same behavior. Apparently, you're not going to stop doing it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to appoint Mr. McLawrence on 156905 MO10. And I'm going to revoke your release on that. You're going to be held without bond on that case. And I'm going to remind you not to panhandle in traffic in the city of Fort Lauderdale. Thank you. You guys, so I appoint you on another case, sir. Yeah.
The case he revoked. It's in front of Solomon.
Sideman?
Solomon.
Oh, Solomon. Okay. I do have two other cases, Your Honor. There's first there's a Laurel Barber. He also goes by the name Stephen Love. He's on the second docket.
Okay, his name is either Love or Barber.
Right.
Do we have Mr. Love or Mr. Barber over there? Love.
He's here for that's a state case.
I guess if you have to go between having a Barber or a Love in the last day of the week, we won't Love. You know what I mean?
Yes, Judge.
He's here. Mr. Love got that. All right.
He's here for a state case, Judge. The second look, this particular issue here, but he also has an MO case, which is not on the docket.
Okay.
It's 156905 MO10A. And on that particular case, he's been in since, I believe, June 19th.
Right.
And
what's that for?
I forget, Judge. I apologize. I forget what it's for. It's possession of a controlled substance. Okay. I wanted to see if we could at least resolve one of those two cases.
Appointed on the case?
I am appointed on this 156905 case.
I just went Monday.
And I wanted to see if we could resolve that case.
I think
it's 15006905.
That's Palmer's case.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
That was Palmer's case.
I'm sorry. It's 15003165 MO10A.
I just went to court Monday and resolved that.
No, you didn't.
In American's courtroom?
No, that wasn't what you resolved in American's courtroom.
It's possession of paraphernalia. Do you mind if we do this and you write it up? Okay, so.
And just so the court knows, he did have a felony in front of Judge Merrigan, and Judge Merrigan released him on pretrial release, but he can't get out because he has the MO case, and he also has this misdemeanor case that he's here to the magistrates before this court.
Right.
Here's the case number, here's the name and everything. Okay, thank you. Now, I'm going to, so would you like to resolve your case for possession of paraphernalia? It's a municipal ordinance case. You're being represented by Mr. McLawrence. If you plead no contest today, the case is over with today. You're not going to have a trial. You're not going to have your day in court. It's wrapped up right now. Is that what you would like to do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
Wrap it up right now.
How do you plead, sir?
No contest.
Okay, Mr. McLawrence, any reason we can't go ahead? I'll give him a withhold adjudication.
No, Judge, that's
Okay,
fine.
so you plead no contest, I'll withhold adjudication. I'll give you a minimal court cost.
I'm not trying to be a
I'll give
pain,
you
but
6 months to pay the court cost. Thank you.
Thanks.
okay.
Right.
Mr. Watts, you're not done yet.
Right, and that's what he's on the docket for, Judge. But that's the state.
So we still got another case.
Do you know
Yes,
yourself?
misdemeanors.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Eric, yes. Eric Linder, thank you.
So, a moment ago, it was Mr. Barber, but now he's going to go to Block, right?
Yes. No, Judge. I believe he's probably represented by the public defender's office, possibly. Mr. Miller.
On this case, all right?
Can we get pretrial release so he can get out?
Let me ask you this: did Merrigan put him on? Judge Merrigan put him on?
Yes, Judge Merrigan placed him on pretrial release.
With a monitor, it looks like.
Monitor,
yeah.
okay. I'll do that on this case. I'll put him. I'll release him. I'll order pretrial release on this. We don't need to double do the monitor. All right, sir. You have to report to pretrial release for this matter on Monday.
Yes, sir.
Between 8 and noon time. All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Judge, there's one last case. I didn't see it on the docket, but I received it from Marge. It's Luis Cordero. I'm not sure if it's anywhere. Yes.
We had a female named Cordero today.
Wait.
It's Luis Cordero.
I thought we did it this morning.
Was
Was it a whole piece?
Yes, I have a.
We had a female. Remember trespassing?
I have a week.
I'm checking it
Okay.
out.
I didn't see it on the docket, but I know I got the notice from Marge.
Okay, well.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
I could have sworn he was on yesterday afternoon. Yeah, because, Your Honor, he had a.
You want to come on up? I know which case you're here on.
Me?
Yeah, which case?
You are awarded him on count 3. He had a VOP hold on count 1, so.
Okay. All right, thank you. Ma'am, which case are you here on?
Trevor Thornton, he was supposed to be on the docket today.
I don't see him on the docket.
So
I
we
can
can't
tell you
get-
he's being held no bond
What about it?
on misdemeanors.
Are you here on municipal court discharge?
So he's not on this docket, correct?
I didn't see him.
Ma'am, for whatever reason, I think something got.
Because I came on, when was that? What day we came? 2 days ago?
Right.
And he was on there, and we talked, and then it was on that, he had a court date written on the paper, written on that.
It may not be in this courtroom. It may be in his trial division.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what?
Yes.
Okay.
Where?
You know how to get to Judge Zeller?
No, where?
Does anybody know which?
That's where he is now?
All right. I'll get that.
Room 418. Go out and take the elevator to the 4th floor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Now I'm going to see Alicia Cheney.
Okay.
North Broward.
Ms. Cheney, criminal mischief, ma'am. Court finds probable cause. Ma'am, you're down from Detroit, am I correct?
Yeah.
How long have you been down here?
3 weeks.
How long?
3 weeks.
Are you down here on business, ma'am?
No. Vacation.
Okay, you're vacationing for 3 weeks. How long is your vacation going to last?
Probably another week or so. I don't know.
Okay, where are you staying while you're down here, ma'am?
I stay with a friend.
Okay, are you work? Do you have a job up in Detroit?
No.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No.
Well, how'd you get down here? How are you gonna eat while you're here if you don't have any
Somebody's
money?
helping me out. Somebody's been helping me out.
Okay, all right. And, ma'am, I'm gonna go ahead and set your bond at $100 based on your lack of ties to the community. Allegedly went into a nightclub and smashed up a granite table, $750 worth. So you're not allowed to return to the Blue Martini. Thank you, ma'am. Your bond's $100. Hey, can I tell you?
How are you? How you doing?
Okay, we're back on. We've had a few minor detours here, but we're back on. Yes.
I apologize for interrupting, but I think you wanted an Ariel Johnson to be brought up, and she's in the courtroom.
I got it. That's Miss Marison's client. Right there. Okay, we're going to call her up in a minute. Cornisha Parker, please.
North Broward. Cornisha on the X.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Miss Parker? Miss Parker, can you hear me? Miss Parker, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling all right? Have you seen a doctor since you've been in, ma'am? Would you like me to have the doctor take a look at you? Is that yes? If you want me to have the doctor take a look at you, just shake your head for me, all right? All right.
Yeah, what about?
All right, let me see here. Allegedly PvP. Ma'am, are you currently employed? Do you have any money in the bank? How long have you lived in South Florida? Just let the record reflect that the court's asked the basic questions before setting a bond and the defendant has not responded. State, do we have priors on Miss Parker? No. Ma'am, I'm going to go ahead. I'm not sure about your ties to the community. I don't know whether or not you have the money to bond out. I'm not sure how long you've been here, so I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. I'm going to run a mental health screen for Miss Parker. Thank you, Miss Parker. You mean if she changes her mind and decides to talk on Monday? Well, she's been in jail now a few days. I'll reset it for Monday. I'll leave her bond at $1,000. Reset Monday p.m. Shaquana Daniels, Jessica Rodriguez.
Daniels bonded, Rodriguez, North Broward.
Rodriguez is a medical reset, Your Honor.
We don't need to do that. I'm going to send it straight to the division.
Just let it
Okay.
go.
There you go.
Most, you know,
How about,
9 times out of 10 on the
Richard
Valley,
Gordon,
it's not
Kenneth
deal in the world,
Charlton,
but
and
it's
Travis Lambert.
Mr. Gordon is
With
present
the
at the
best
main judge. He's declined the services of the public defender.
Whenever you want
It's
to.
a battery,
Yeah, I know.
domestic violence related
But
to
then
crime
you're
probable
going to
cause.
that bird bag.
Steve, do we have any,
Here.
so what do you do for work right now?
19 years with UPS truck driver.
Great. And Broward or Miami or West Palm?
Broward.
And do you have money in the bank?
Not much, Your Honor, but some.
Okay, who's going to bond you out of jail today?
My brother and my wife.
Sir, allegedly in the presence of your 2 children, allegedly you hit your wife with a fist. Wife of 9 years, the mother of 2 of your children. She had redness on her face where she had been struck. She had bruising, swelling on her left arm just above her elbow and shoulder. So I'm going to set your bond today based on the level of violence at $5,000. And I'm going to order that you have no contact to Louise Andrews. Do not call her, text her, email her. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. That's where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess guns, firearms, or ammunition while you're on release. Thank you, sir. I see Kenneth Charlton.
Medical reset on Charlton.
Medical
Charles,
reset.
set for Friday. Charles, yeah, what about Travis Lambert?
President of the Main Judge, Mr. Lambert's advising that he never was arrested on this charge, never received any notice of the court date.
Okay. So you're charged with a misdemeanor, and I do see a capias here issued by the clerk of the court, unserved summons. Right, okay. So, it's MM, he's got a long, this is cannabis, am I correct?
Criminal mischief.
Criminal mischief? Okay, State, does this defendant have any, criminal record?
His last time in was December 2013 for possession of marijuana. That was a capias. Then he was state sentence, arrested in 05, state sentence on a possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. Prior to that, resisting without violence in 05.
So what do you do for work right now?
I'm in between jobs. I labor at a pool company.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
So I'm going to go ahead and set your bond at $1,000 today. I lowered your bond where you can bond out, all right? Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm going to call you up now.
Yes, please.
If I can take a look at the paperwork.
Sure.
I haven't reviewed it myself. Now, let me ask you something. Were we prosecutors at the same time? We didn't overlap? No. 99? Really? 92? Yeah. Okay, you ready to go? This is Ariel Johnson.
I give you everything that we've done already.
Good afternoon.
Main jail.
Okay. Let me say that I'm going to ask the state whether you have an objection with Attorney Mayerson attended a function of mine, given money to my campaign, and I'm not sure that you were on my finance committee for that, weren't you? Your name was on.
I think so. I believe so.
Do you have any problem if I handle this?
No, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Ariel Johnson, ma'am, you are charged with battery on a police officer and resisting arrest without violence. And I have not read this. Could you just give me about 30 seconds? I'll read it. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Come on. The court's read the affidavit. Let me ask Attorney Mayerson, do you have any comment about probable cause today?
No comment about probable cause, but I have something that I'd like to discuss sidebar with Your Honor, which I disclosed to the state.
What's going to find probable cause? You want to come over, State? We'll be right back, man. Ma'am, I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at $1,000. Count 2, you'll be released. Count 2, released ROR. Ma'am, I'm going to order that while you're on release, you are not allowed to consume any alcoholic beverages under any circumstance. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good job. Good luck.
May I see Anthony Barton?
Bonded.
PD should. Oh no, you know what they do?
Travis.
How about Travis Betts?
Present at the main judge. He's interested in resolving if the court is so inclined.
Mr. Betts, you're charged with falsely identifying yourself. Would you like to resolve it right now by pleading no contest?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you understand we're not going to have a trial? We're not going to appoint an attorney. The case is over with right now.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead, sir?
No contest.
I'll withhold adjudication. Thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Messi Williams.
Down the middle, out the door. Present at the main judge. He is interested in resolving the case if the court is so inclined.
Trespassing, sir. Court finds probable cause. And, right, sir, you want to plead no contest? The case is over with today?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you understand we're not going to have a trial. The case will be wrapped up right now, right?
Yes, I understand that, sir.
I'll withhold adjudication. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Chester Reed, Brandon Wilson, Ronaldo Desmahales.
Reed is at Conti, Your Honor.
Sir, count 2, that's a warrant on a felony. That's a $1,000 bond for delivery of flakka. Thank you. How about Brandon Wilson?
Main jail.
Brandon Wilson, grand theft auto, count 1, 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all no bond probation violations. Thank you. How about Ronaldo Demacales?
Mr. Demagales is hiring Alfredo Gerardo. Mr. Gerardo is aware of Mr. Demagales. Is that how you say it?
Yes,
That of his arrest, Judge.
So you're charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest with violence. Do we have any priors on this, gentleman?
Your Honor.
Sir, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
Or is he not on the list?
20 years.
Are you currently employed?
Yes, I am.
What type of work do you do, sir?
Construction.
Okay, go ahead. Stay here.
See a DWS in 2013. Have you seen anything? One moment, Judge. Traffic stuff? Nope.
So I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance, looking at the totality of the circumstance. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order you not to return to Lockhart Stadium while this case is pending. All right? Thank you.
Is it bonded? Is it bonded?
No.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
I released him on his own recognizance. All right?
Thank you, Judge.
Javaris Williams. Looks like he kind of got the worst.
Good luck.
Javaris Williams, sir, petty theft on count 1. Count 2, you're on probation for theft.
Take care of that.
So count 1 is $750. Count 2, no bond. Thank you.
Okay, you're done. Good luck.
Tyrone Buchanan, Issa Mohammed.
This is Buchanan, Judge.
Buchanan, possession of PVP, and that bond is $1,000. You have a warrant on count 3, no bond. Thank you. How about Issa Mohammed?
Bonded. Good luck.
Back off the middle, sir. Off the middle. Off the middle.
Let's see, Wesley Brooks, Warwick Higgins, Frank Vieira.
Brooks is a medical reset.
We're going to pass Brooks right through to the division, all right? There you go. Probable cause is found. How about Warwick Higgins?
North Broward.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Hi, Higgins. Possession of a controlled substance with no prescription, resisting arrest, without violence, with violence, trespassing. Court finds probable cause. State, do we have any priors on this gentleman?
One moment.
His name
yes,
is
Judge.
Warwick Higgins, but he's been known as Terry Walden, Warren Higgins, Terry Waldo, Warwick Huggins, Go ahead.
One moment, Judge.
Sir, are you currently employed?
Yes, sir. I get Social Security, sir.
You do, all right. And do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir. Not at this time.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Okay, he has a lengthy record, but right now he has 2 felony cases pending.
Okay.
One is for sale delivery of marijuana at or near a park.
Case number
14-1216 CF10A.
Okay.
The other is for possession of marijuana with intent to sell or distribute at or near a park and possession of marijuana.
Case number 9.
13-13492 CF10A.
Well, sir, that's my past, sir. That's a long time ago.
Well, it's only 2014, so what I'm going to do is set your bond at 1,000 on 1, 100 on 2. Count 3, I'm going to set that bond at 1,000. Count 4 at 100. I'm going to order your bond be revoked on 14-1216 CF10A. 13-13492 CF10. You're going to be held without bond. Thank you. Frank Vieira.
Medical reset.
We're going to set it for Friday.
Your Honor,
Yep.
what was his date of arrest? I mean, at this point, at some...
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a probable cause determination. Let me look here. Taco Bell, suspicious person. Let me look here. Okay, I remember this. Said he consumed Flocka. People were trying to kill him. Okay, grabbed a steel oxygen tank weighing about 10 to 15 pounds from under the hospital bed, swung the oxygen tank, and one of the police officers attempted to hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. State, does he have any priors?
One moment, Your Honor. I can't be certain. I know he doesn't have any Broward priors. Patrice, do you show any?
I have he has no months of residence here in Broward County on. And
Carl.
okay, the court's gonna set his bond on count 1 at $2,500. Count 2, battery on a police officer, 1,000. Count 3, 1,000. Count 4, 1,000. 35, 45. Total bond today is $5,500 based on what appears to be his lack of ties to the community, the facts of the case. He'll come back here when he comes out of the hospital. All right, what about James Sanchez?
North Broward.
North Broward.
Right there.
Sir, criminal mischief, the court finds probable cause. Allegedly, you claim to have been addicted to Flacca for the last couple of months. And it says that you went to Dollar General, climbed up in the ceiling, and then fell through the ceiling tiles down in the bathroom on the sink and pushed down a refrigerator and then barricaded yourself inside of the break room. All right, Steve, do we have any priors on Mr.
I don't believe he does. Patrice, do you have anything?
I think he allegedly went up through the family bathroom and then came down into the break room. Sir, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
Since 2001, sir.
Now, are you currently employed?
No, sir. After getting addicted to Flocka, my life just went downhill from there. But
Okay.
As soon as I get out, I have a job. I have
What
multiple.
type of work are you doing?
I was working for AT&T, sir, as a UVerse technician.
Okay, and do you have family down here in South Florida?
Yes, I have a couple cousins, an aunt, and an uncle. Yes.
Well, how come they haven't come to bond you out of jail yet?
Because they don't know I'm here. I can't reach them.
Okay, all right. He's got no priors. Let me see here. How long have you been in jail now?
I think about 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm not sure exactly because I've been getting the stuff out my system, but I'm finally clear-headed.
Is it out of your system yet?
Yes, but I still want to go to some kind of rehab after this, just to make sure I don't ever want to do this ever again or any other drug.
Sir, I'm gonna leave your bond at $500 based on the damage done. I'm gonna let you go see your trial judge. Thank you. All right, you want me to put you in the drug program in the jail?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I have an order for that? Thank you. How about Gene Wade?
Is there a con in jail?
Sir, criminal mischief, throwing a missile into a dwelling. Court finds probable cause. Just on 2 separate occasions. Threw a rock through a front window of a home. Then threw several rocks at a vehicle. Threw a large rock through a window of the residence, causing broken glass to fall on the victim while they were sleeping. Go ahead, State. Anything on this defendant? Any priors?
Just a couple.
I have no felony priors. Man, I can hardly even walk. I did all that.
Where's this out of? Okay.
Arrested in 2011 for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That was not false. He had a sale of cocaine. He went to prison in 2009.
Okay.
Marijuana in 2010.
Got it. Sir, are you currently employed, Mr. Wade?
Am I currently employed?
Yep.
No, sir.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
Who's going to bond you out today?
He's just giving us a heads up on a motion to leave.
Well, no one that I know of.
I'm going to set your bond on the criminal mischief at $500. I'm going to set the missile into a dwelling at $2,000, so your total bond today is $2,500. In order that you it's based on the facts of the case, your criminal record. And I'm going to order you have no contact with Julio Villatoro or Ronald Jennings. Stay 500 feet from them and all their property. Thank you.
Here
we go.
You can't?
Giovanni
Perez.
Perez.
I can make
Conti, Your Honor.
I can make $100 bond. I got $100 on
Your
my
bond's
phone.
not $100 though. Your bond is $2,500, sir. All right. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Merci, Giovanni Perez.
Okay.
Conti.
Okay.
Your Honor, he's already been arraigned. Just seeing who his judge is. Oh, he was arraigned before Judge Robinson just the other day. He has a Nebia hearing on this. He was being held no bond on count 2, so I would just ask that this. I don't know why it's
Your
even
bond's
bad.
going to remain at $250,000. Thank
Casey.
you.
Casey.
How about Jason Reiner?
Your Honor, I'll wait till.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Judge, I spoke with Mr. Reiner's attorney, Robert Gluck, this afternoon. He indicated that he would ask the court to go ahead and set the bond on the reduced charge. He's going to be seeing his division judge on the 17th.
Okay.
Your Honor, what happened was Mr. Reiner first came through. He has since then filed a change of charge to strong arm robbery. We would just ask that the bond be kept at $12,000. Yes.
Sir, your bond's going to remain at $12,000. All other conditions remain. Thank you. How about Larry Andrews?
Same.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Same situation, Your Honor. When he came through, Judge McHugh was covering. He was booked under an armed burglary, but the state even conceded it. The facts only supported burglary.
Right.
We did not seek to foreclose. Judge McHugh set a $2,000 bond. Since then, the state has filed a change of charge to burglary of a structure. We just asked that the $2,000.
I'm going to leave your bond at $2,000, sir. Thank you.
Today I was supposed to.
Go ahead.
Today I was supposed to. I was at the Notion for RR. I don't have any way to contact my people or anything or any help. I just had started working when I got this charge, so I was trying to.
You got your phone in your property?
Let me ask you this: do you have a telephone number or somebody you want me to call for you right now? I'll call them.
My mom, but she couldn't deal with that bond, so I was trying to see
wait. Your mom knows you're in jail right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
well,
she was trying to. Okay. She was trying to wait till my bond get lowered, or if I could get out of custody program. You know what I'm saying, for this locker, because it's serious. It's a serious drug, and I don't want to lose my life. I would have went to college. I'm trying to go back to school. I'm trying to get my life together with this. So
pretrial release. Well, it's ironic considering he allegedly, I think, broke into a school in this case.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying.
So I leave your bond at $2,000. Thank you. Messi Dan Johnson.
What?
Dan Johnson.
That was you reset that for tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Sorry about that.
I got Robert Schutz, though, Judge. He was a reset from this morning.
Yeah, tomorrow. That's Friday.
How
about Joseph Schutz, I mean.
Joseph Schutz.
Come on, Judge.
I don't remember.
Judge, I looked into this case. Apparently, there's a. I went on Realtor.com. This house is pending. It's under contract.
Hold on, wait, Mr. Miller. Hold on. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I had a theory, and I shared it with Mr. Afzal at the break. And I just, when you get done with your theory, I'm going to have Mr. Afzal just tell us that I was right. Go ahead.
So in any case, I was not able to provide to find the information that I wanted to provide the court. So I'm just going to ask the court, based on this man's lack of criminal history, the fact that he's a licensed real estate agent, that he be given a pretrial release. I mean, this guy's not at flight risk.
Right.
He's well established in the community.
Right.
He's, like I said, he's licensed by the state of Florida. This is not a. This is more of a misunderstanding than anything else. I can't go into any more details.
Unfortunately, I look at Mr. Afzal, and he's got a poker face on like he has no idea what I'm talking about. But my theory was that this had something to do with Mr. Schutz's real estate dealings, where he either listed the house or had dealt with the house, and it was along those lines. And see, now his memory's starting to come back, Mr. Miller.
I was able to verify, Judge, that the house is under contract.
Right.
It's my understanding that the house is vacant. And that's as much as I want to go into at this juncture. There's no proof that I can provide the court, so I didn't want to bring it up.
No.
I know how much you don't like me bringing in that extra information in.
Right, I understand. But in this case, since it involved Mr. Schutz, and he seems like a pretty nice guy, we thought we would just go out on a limb and have a theory about it. And my theory proved to be correct. But Mr. Afzal now, his memory is starting to come back. That case of amnesia he had a moment ago, where I looked for a lifeline and he looked at me like he had no idea what I was talking about. But, Mr. Schutz, that being said,
correct.
You remember the real estate, board of realtors here in Broward County?
Yes.
How long have you been a member of that?
6 years.
Okay. You have no criminal record. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
State would object to an ROR, Your Honor.
But I'm going to ask you not to go back over to that house. Don't have anything to do with the homeowners of that house. Stay away from it, all right?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
It wasn't social, but yeah, I put it with everything else because it's not domestic.
I told you exactly what
I know, but what's your name? It's either here or it's not. If it's not, don't worry
Well,
about it.
the first time I looked at
He's not supposed
him to back up that I told him my theory, he looked at me like, you know, he was in the last draw in a poker Texas Hold'em. I mean, it was like, all right, Antonio.
Yes, Mr. Ossola is a better poker player than I am, Judge.
Kuna Medina.
Do
we have a Spanish interpreter, Judge?
Let's say domestic violence with the regular
It's yet to say por
can
favor.
check a PSO pics to see what he's
Have a seat.
All right. What about, hold on one moment.
All I have are second looks, Judge.
I have Mr. Colas. I have to call his attorney real quick here.
Rivera from this morning.
Who else? Spanish? Oh, Judge, is there a reason you called Anthony Rivera back to court?
I don't remember. I didn't call it back. No.
Well, he was brought back. This is the fellow you gave him a $150,000 bond. His wife testified this morning.
Put allegedly put a gun to her head.
I don't know any reason he would be coming back today.
You didn't ask him to.
I didn't.
Well, they brought him back. We thought maybe you asked him.
You can send Mr. Rivera back. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Off
so
you
I'm
go.
going to Mr. Coles. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Hold on.
Have a good holiday.
I'm taking Orlando.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What for?
Just come on vacation. Going to the beach. We're going to the resort and hang out.
Oh, okay. Orlando in July is.
Hold on one moment. May I see Mr. Mackenzie Colas?
In jail.
Sir, we have your attorney, Ms. Shikuma, on this court's telephone right here, and she's going to take part in a telephonic hearing, all right, sir? Now,
Yes, sir.
let me advise, and Ms. Shikuma, I'm required by the canons of ethics to announce that you were on this court's finance committee for a fundraiser the court held had a couple months ago. So I want to ask the state whether they mind if I handle this today.
No objection from the state.
Okay, so it's up all the way. So, Mr. Pullis, you don't need to say anything. Allow your attorney to speak on your behalf. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Miss I'm going to read those to you now. Count 1, possession with intent to sell, manufacture, deliver cocaine. Count 2, marijuana in a misdemeanor amount. Count 3 is a traffic ticket. He's got count 4 and count 6, which are violations of probation for aggravated fleeing and eluding, and for possession of a controlled substance in a felony amount. So he's going to be held without bond on the violations of probation. Count 5 is going to be released ROR. I've been told that it's the wrong person. That's a violation of probation they accidentally put on him. but he's going to see his judge on July 7th at 9 a.m. So the court is inclined just to set the bond on count 1 at $2,500 and on count 4 and 6, just hold him no bond on the violations of probation and let him go before his trial judge to resolve those matters. How do you think about that, ma'am? Okay, so count 1's $2,500. The defendant will be held without bond on count 4 and 6. He'll be released on his own recognizance on count 5. Ms. Chikuma? Yes, ma'am. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Okay, observe. Okay, hold on. Upon making contact with the sole occupant of the vehicle, defendant Mackenzie Colas, strong odor of cannabis coming from the vehicle, gave up his driver's license. He advised his license, he reached in his glove compartment to retrieve the registration. I observed 2 plastic bags that contained a leafy substance inside of the clear plastic cup of Soto located in the center console. And I agreed to speak with the police officer. He admitted he had been smoking cannabis earlier. Colas further advised that he has 2 crack rocks of cocaine under his cell phone located on the center console. And it says he allegedly admitted he sells crack and weed at Premier Billiards on Wiles Road, and he purchases supply from Pompano Beach, but sells it in Coral Springs. That's what he allegedly told the officer. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said Premier Billiards. Excuse me?
Twice.
1. He was the only one in the car. Okay, man? Well, you're a fine attorney, Mr. Chikuma. I'm sure you can navigate through this, all right? Thank you. Take care. All right, sir, thank you very much, all right?
All right.
I don't know if he's going to call your case now or not.
All right. Okay, now, let's see here. We have Spanish. We're waiting for that.
Could you
Okay.
to SVU again?
Mr.
Call me, please.
Hold on a moment.
You got for Debbie?
Whoever was at the desk, they said they would send Debbie.
Hi, is Debbie around?
Oh, yeah, let's take a look.
At her desk?
See the money they're ready.
Oh, second page, right?
They're ready. The money is Christopher's at regular court.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So have her come and pick up a folder down
Okay,
from State Court?
Now, may I
All right,
see,
thank you. All right, bye-bye.
let me see here. Who do you have in Central? Do you have any misdemeanors there? We can call it misdemeanors.
I do, Judge. First, I want to strike Christopher Sigismondi from the docket, reset him for a second look. I believe he's in regular court today, so this issue may be resolving itself. I've got Travis Bettis, Judge. He's here on a false ID from Leo. Here's him.
Where's Travis Betts?
Well, he was here.
Earlier.
We already talked to him?
Yeah.
We already did him. Sorry, Judge. Daniel Forrest. Daniel Forrest is president. He's got a petty theft second degree, $250 bond. You've been here for how long?
4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, but you told me she was at a depot.
Nah, I have some.
It's okay. Do you have any idea? I did email her before, but honestly, I'm running around, and this is about.
For Saturday, it doesn't matter. Okay, petty theft. Let me just take a look here. Court raised his bond. He has 3 prior burglaries, 2 grand thefts, 2 petty thefts, and let's see here.
It's really something I need to talk to her about, to give her the heads up about what's going on with the case. That's why I'm really trying to get in touch with her. I mean, is there anyone around there?
Yeah, so I'm going to send this to your trial judge. Thank you. Based on your criminal record,
Yeah.
I'm going to let your trial judge deal with this. That was Daniel Forrest, right? 2 Division. How about Steve Maliani? Is he over there?
He's not at the main jail.
No, where's Steve Maliani?
No problem, sir.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Maliani. Been arrested a few times here recently. Where was this time? Where'd he go?
Perfect, thank you. Hey, Lisa, it's Eric. Hey, can you do me a favor? If you have a moment, could you? I'm still in court.
Mr. Maliani, do you have a police report on Maliani I could look at?
Someone's coming down from DPU. I mean SVU. Did they say if they're sending someone? No, I'm just asking what they told you. No, I'm not asking you if someone is. I'm asking if they told you if someone is.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, so this is at Walmart. No. I remember this. Mr. Maliani has been arrested at the same Walmart. A grand theft prior. They found him this time running out of the parking lot. All right, Mr. Maliani, I'm going to send this to the trial division and let you deal with it over there. You want this back, ma'am? Yes. You hand this Patrice back over there. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Maliani. So it looks like we are done with our misdemeanors. Now we only have... Yes. Remember the guy who had love one time and then he had... Well, you didn't... All right. Who do you have over there? You have felonies over there? You know what? Let me do this. Go ahead and... do you have any felonies we can ROR this time?
Well, I can tell you right now, I have no idea why Robinson is on the docket. Yeah. Yeah, I know that, so I don't know why she's on the docket.
Okay, go ahead. We'll get to her in a minute. Go ahead.
Well, there's nothing to do. Saparango, that is a ROR.
Sparango? Yes, sir. Is that Sparango?
Yes. Raymond Sparango, where's Raymond?
Right here.
Right here, sir.
And Mercado for the ROR.
Sir, you're going to be released on your own recognizance, Mr. Sparango. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Did you say Brad Mercado?
Mercado can be ROR.
May I see Brad Mercado?
He's at the Conti, Your Honor.
Mercado, you're going to be released on your own recognizance today, all right, sir? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If Mike's out of town, so if they're going to represent him, Clark Strand will be.
So, Judge, I've got Derek Bell here, Grand Theft Auto. How long you been in?
Can't get it.
Like 5 days, sir.
And why haven't you bonded out yet?
Because my parents doesn't have the funds.
Okay, parents don't have $100 to pay a bondsman.
My mom, she's a single parent of three kids, single mother.
Okay. There's your answer, Judge.
Casey.
And I just
Okay, this is Derek Bell, right here.
How you doing,
Your Honor? Judge, he's been in for about 5 days. He says his parents can't afford to bond him out. He would like to have pretrial release or ROR. He says he's only ever had one failure to appear.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Bell. Just give me a moment.
Yeah. It's mostly he said, she said, till you get to the second page. Who? I have no idea. I have no idea.
Sir, are you, do you still live on 6th Avenue in Delray?
Sir?
Do you live at 6th Avenue, on 6th Avenue in Delray?
Yes, sir. That's my grandmother's address.
And do you get your mail there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Are you one happy guy today?
Okay.
And Carmelo Ayala, but I believe you speak English? Yes, and he does speak English. Also, Grand Theft. How long have you been in? Do you know?
I've been in 9 days.
9 days? How come you haven't bonded out yet?
I have my check. I have no way of getting it.
No way of cashing your check? No way.
Can you give me all of them?
Sir, do you still live on Southwest 24th Avenue?
So basically,
Yes. 5821.
How long have you lived there?
she gives her version.
About 8 years.
Satisfies all
How long have
the
you,
elements.
you have family down here in South Florida?
Even if they want to argue.
I think, how long have you lived here in South Florida?
About 10 years.
About 10 years.
Do you have family down here?
Yes.
Who do you have?
My mother and my dad.
Okay, Steve, can you tell me, is he an offender? SO. SO.
I don't believe he is.
Yeah? Does he have other? I mean,
I'm looking at his BCCN number and it. No,
he's got a robbery. He's got a theft.
He's got.
Grand theft.
The hell did I write it? No, I wrote
What was
the
the
wrong
last?
BCCN number.
What was the last thing he had? Let me put it to you that way.
2012 grand theft. You got 364
I'm going to
days.
send this to your division judge. You did 364 on a grand theft before. Our orders denied. Thank you.
Sorry about that. And I just have the one fellow from the morning docket waiting for a Spanish interpreter.
Okay.
What
about Jesse Orange? Do you have an orange?
And then, to me, this is an admission right here. He said, "Why do you do it?" And he gave an answer why I did it. So I think that's your answer. I think just remember to make sure. Because she's probably going to come out and say probable cause.
I guess I would.
Judge it needs to be higher.
Why did we?
And that's it.
Mr. Orange, I'm going to send this to your division judge. Thank you.
There's no perfections.
Okay.
So.
I know, but it was PvPs.
And we'll have Patrice will be here tomorrow, so if you need priors that you
Mr.
can't get access
Orange,
to,
I'm going to send this to your
felonies,
division
she'll have
judge. Thank
access
you.
to all over the country.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get the whole state. Yeah. Howard, you get my number. If you need anything, just call me. You know what? I don't want to do best thing. People, I'm going to leave it right. See where the stuff is?
So what do they want me to release on something? Okay, Miss Robinson, where's Miss Robinson? I don't think she's there.
Go Broward, sir.
I know. Hey, Alicia, it's your old attorney here, Fazel.
No action on this, right?
Yeah, there's nothing.
No action.
She doesn't
Ma'am,
remember
you're going
me.
to a program on Monday. Good luck. Thank you. No,
It's not. It wasn't. It wasn't. There was. Yeah, it was put on there.
Did we take care of David Soto?
Yes, the family was here.
Got it. Spanish. You call Spanish, ma'am?
Patrice.
Okay, we're gonna stand down for a few minutes till we get our Spanish interpreter. All right?
I don't know.
Just give us a moment. All right, Antonio Cuna Medina. Sir, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And swear to translate from English to Spanish, too. And back to English.
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Sorry. I do.
Mr. Cuna Medina.
Cudo Medina.
You are charged with unlawful use of a forged or stolen credit card.
Se le acusa de uso ilícito de una tarjeta de crédito falsificada.
Or stolen driver's license.
De una licencia de conducir hurtada.
Sir, it's alleged that you went to a store and used a false credit card to purchase a speaker worth over $1,300.
Señor, se alega de que usted fue a una tienda y con una tarjeta que no era falsa trató de comprar unas cornetas que valían más de $1,300.
He has a theft from last year.
Un hurto el año pasado.
Theft 2012 out of Dade.
2012 en Dade tiene un hurto.
Possession of cocaine 08 out of Dade.
Tenencia de cocaína. Dade.
Delivery of cocaine.
Transporte de cocaína.
Possession of cocaine 86 out of Dade. Grand theft 85 out of Dade.
Hurto mayor, Dade.
Burglary of a structure 84 out of Dade.
Intrusión en estructura también.
He's saying it's not him, Judge.
It's now. Florida summary rap sheet disagrees, and
those are all out of Dade, right?
Yes.
Dade. Todo el récord es de Dade.
It also has. It's alias Emmanuel Gomez.
También se llama Manuel Gómez, de apodo.
Well, after all.
And considering what he's here for, I don't know that he has much.
I wasn't going to say that. But...
Well,
right.
I'll say it.
Mr. Miller, well, let me ask, sir, do you have any money in the bank?
Señor, ¿usted tiene dinero en el banco?
No, ni tengo dinero en el banco, ni me cogieron tarjeta de crédito tampoco.
I don't have any money in the bank, and I didn't have any credit cards on me either.
I understand. How long have you lived down here in South Florida?
¿Hace cuánto tiempo que vive aquí por esta área de Florida del Sur?
En Florida vivo desde el año 80.
I live since 1980.
Your bond is $1,000.
Señor, su fianza es $1,000 de
Based
fianza.
on your 3 prior theft cases and the facts of the case. Thank you.
Tomando en cuenta que usted tiene los antecedentes de hurto anterior, son $1,000 de fianza.
Thank you. Is that a wrap, everyone?
It is.
Okay, Mr. Miller, have a nice 4th of July.
You too, Judge.
Everyone, have a very nice, safe, and healthy 4th of July. Enjoyable 4th of
Tanto rato
July.
para eso.
Thank you.
What's he saying? I don't know.
What did he say?
Tell him to repeat.
What did you say, sir?
¿Qué dijo, señor?
Intérprete.
¿Qué dijo?
Que si tanto rato me tuvieron... ¿Me estás oyendo?
Ahora sí lo escucho.
Oye, que si tanto rato me tuvieron aquí para decirme eso.
So all this stuff just to tell me this?
Yes, sir.
Yo no
Sí,
tenía
señor.
tarjeta de crédito.
Just to tell you
Oye,
that,
yo no
sorry.
tenía crédito.
Nada más para eso era, señor.
Everyone can't
Yo
be
no
a fan.
tenía credit card.
I don't have any credit cards on me.
Yes, sir.
Show me the credit card.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Buena suerte. Gracias.
Have a nice
Bullshit.
weekend. We're out from room 3. No. Hey, we can't make. We try, but we can make everyone happy. We found that out a long time ago. All right. I want to thank everyone. Have a nice day, nice weekend, safe weekend. I want to see everyone back here on Monday. Until then, we are out from 2:35. Take care.